On the morning of January 25th, 2019, 29-year-old Elizabeth Barraza stood in the driveway of her suburban home in Tomball, Texas. It was just after 6:50 a.m. She was setting up tables for a garage sale, something simple, something normal. Her husband, Sergio, had just left for work. Moments later, a figure walked toward her, dressed in a dark robe or coat, head covered, face hidden. The entire encounter lasted less than 20 seconds. Then the figure raised a gun, fired 4 times, and calmly walked back to their vehicle before driving away. The whole thing was captured on Elizabeth's home security camera. The footage is chilling: the quiet neighborhood, the early light, the calmness of the killer's movements. There was no sign of panic, no rush, only precision. Neighbors rushed out when they heard the shots, but the car was already gone. Elizabeth was taken to the hospital, but she didn't survive. She was only 29. Investigators immediately released the video to the public, hoping someone would recognize the killer's walk, clothing, or vehicle, a dark Nissan Frontier pickup truck. Thousands of tips poured in, but none led to an arrest. Detectives were baffled by the killer's composure. The video showed the person approach, speak briefly to Elizabeth, and then shoot. Even now, no one knows what those few words were. Elizabeth and her husband were both well known in the Star Wars fan community, often volunteering at charity events in costume. Friends described her as kind, creative, and full of energy. There was no indication of enemies or conflicts. Police investigated every angle, personal, financial, and social, but found nothing that explained the attack. One theory suggested the killer knew Elizabeth's routine, possibly following her social media posts about the garage sale. Another theory proposed personal revenge or jealousy, but no evidence supported it. Her husband Sergio cooperated fully with the investigation and was cleared early on. To this day, there has been no suspect named and no arrest made. In 2022, authorities released enhanced footage showing the killer arriving moments before Sergio left, waiting, watching, and timing every step. It added another layer of mystery. How long had they been planning this, and why her? The driveway where it happened looks no different now, quiet, ordinary, lined with trees and family homes. But for those who knew Elizabeth, it has become a place of grief and unanswered questions. A moment captured forever on film, showing a stranger who walked into a life and vanished again within seconds. Elizabeth Barraza's family continues to fight for justice, offering rewards and keeping her story alive online. Every year, friends gather to remember her warmth and laughter, and to remind the world that the person in that dark robe is still out there,